basically, I would like to say thank you, the organizers, and actually, for these projects, there's so many help from our peers and also from the Elsevier staff along the way. So I would like to introduce you and help you to go with me on how do we learnings from having, from paper, research administrations towards digitalized, and now we are moving forward for the AI part. Okay, so basically, I'd like to introduce myself. I was a researcher in material science, and then I moved to I did my PhD in the UK, and then I moved to the States for one postdoc. And then in the States, what I have discovered is that for doing science is good. However, by bringing science and to make people feel like they can use the science, it feel like more encouraging, right? So at that time, I lead a team doing a business model competition with NRIIS, and it came up with, we found a consulting company based in the US. So now I moved back to Thailand and do managing the IP and innovations. And now I moved to research strategy, building ecosystems, and having AI into our university. So I am pretty much go towards being an open AI member forums and also a committee for AI in education in Thailand. So what I would like to go through today is how do we navigate from static data into some insight or meaningful insight. And we have our team, only 2 people over here that help us along the way. So basically, Mahidol University, so we are pretty much like one of the largest university in Thailand. We have 6 campuses, like from the THE Asia, THE Worlds. Well, we are pretty much like number 1, number 2 in the country. And most of the things that we are very good at is life science and medicine. So basically, we have about 14 hospitals, right? And we are very good soft landing for clinical trial, okay? And we have about 4,000 researcher. So today I'll talk you through from bottom to the top how we evolve from paper to RIM system, and then what is our current feature right now, and how do we doing with the AI. So from the evolution in RIMS, perhaps everybody knows that why we have to use PL, because of the disconnected data from the HR, finance, publications, manual, labor-intensive reportings, limited insight, or no real-time benchmarking. So right now, we are pretty much like working on about 2,000 ongoing projects. Previously, by paper, by email, and by Excel file. So right now, we move everything towards PL. So this is how we have our PL in our university. We brand it as MUREX portals. Sorry about that, but the backbone is PL. Okay, MUREX is Mahidol University Research Expert. Okay, we are the expert in the research at our university. So we have a PL or MUREX portal along the life cycle of the research, starting even from the idea, right? We do applications with PL. We also have award management, right? After the application got funded, so we start collecting data when we kick off the projects. So the researcher, they can input the data themselves, and after they publish the data, we do automatically synchronize with Scopus and stuff. So this is how it looks like right now in terms of how do we pull all the data together. We have PL here, which is MUREX portal over here. We pull up all of this information, which is the finance, PhD thesis, application, equipment, IP thesis, okay, and HR towards this, all right? And right now, we have about 3 models. Number one is peer portals. Number two is the award management. And number three is the reportings. And right now, we have successfully synchronized the national system, national research system, which normally the researcher always have to go there and then do applications in the national systems. Right now, we sync all the data from the national system to our systems. And now, pretty much about 40% of the data in PL, we put into our data lake, and we have our data governance team to really bring that data into our data lake. Some of the data we have input into our MUREX AI, which is our generative AI ecosystems, and this is by the help from the IT department. Okay, so basically I just would like to summarize that what is internal efficiency gains that we get from PL. Okay, this is pretty small, but anyway. So number one, of course, it is showcasing. Number two, it is for profiling and networking. Number three, right now, in the past 1 year, we expand from 2 to 6 type of grants. We have discovered that 70% time reductions and almost 100% paperless, all right, with pure system. And it is the administrative backbone for our research office for now, right? 100% we use PL. Okay, we use it for intramural funding. However, for the full cycle from applications until awards and projects and everything, 100% for intramural fund. However, for the external funding, for example, like ERC, NIH, we use it to manage in the project module only. We have discovered that for the clinical trial agreements, we have reduced the time by half in terms of document processing. So because we have problem right now that most drugs company, so they have options to go to Malaysia or to go to Thailand, right? Because in Thailand, we process things slower in the past, but right now, we cut the time of the document processing by half, so we hope that we can attract more customers for the clinical trials in Thailand. So, now, right now, I'd like to show you that how do we transform the data into strategic intelligence. Okay, so for the current PL, we are at this stage. It is called a passive data storage. Of course, we store all the data, and even though we have people to come in, that is called active use. It is give us the real-time insights and trend analysis. However, right now I'm contacting with so many vendors, like IP vendors, IP. Let's say IP, some DOI stuff, DOI minting, so that I can integrate to enrich the data in PL. And then we are now having the AI ecosystem so that we can use this data for some strategic intelligence. So before I move to the third and the fourth step, I want to show you what is our current feature right now. Of course, I don't want to bore you with this. Perhaps you have already knows everything about this already. I just go quickly. So this is what we have for the public facing as a peer portal, right? And the one that our researcher really like about this is, let's see. I'll just show this one. Okay, this one is pretty cool. So what we really like about this is all the research publications published in various media, not only in Scopus, is consolidated in one place, right? Let's say for example, this is the work that the researcher has been featured on a media, and then it can relate to research output, it can relate to equipment, and it can relate to the data set, okay? So by having this, we can create impact narrative of this researcher, okay? We just pull everything together. Perhaps we can put to the AI, and then the AI can give you the impact narrative. Okay, so, and thank you very much for the University of Manchester who showed us last year what they did with the research cluster. So we imitate, thank you for that. So we do a very similar thing with the research cluster that what Manchester did last year. We have 4 research cluster and we have additional of 6 faculty research cluster. We have 4 university research cluster and we also have 6 research cluster within a faculty. So, and with this cluster, the researcher can self-identify themselves whether they want to be in this cluster or that cluster. And each cluster, it has their own landing page. And those landing page can show you how many researchers associated to that cluster, how many works that has been associated to that cluster as well. Okay, so now, okay, what time do you have left? Have 10 minutes, do I? All right. Okay, right. All right, so let's go towards integration. Okay, thanks, James. Integration with and the AI. So right now, I am moving from the left to the right. At the middle, we have the portals. Of course, we having Scopus integrated. This is the national system integrated. And the future will have the open data from the government integrated as well. And in the future as well, so all Thai people can access research output in apps of the government. So when Thai people can take off their phones and then they can select government services and then they can also find research output in the apps as well. So everyone can access. So we put all the data into the DGSI data governance data lake, right? And right now, we are trying to do open data catalog for that the researcher can use this data to do institutional research, research about policy of the universities. And we have some of the faculty that API this data to use to do some like performance agreements or perhaps to enrich their own website. And right now, the data from Peel has been using at the HR department for academic promotions. So the thing is, the researcher just, print their applications and all the research data will be in that academic promotion application from each researcher. And the AI part, I will continue later. Okay, so for the AI part, right now we have the ecosystem we call RAG. Perhaps everyone knows about RAG, right? It's retrieval-augmented-generation, meaning that the AI that we are using will pull the data from our data lake only. They will not get hallucinated by getting data from Elsevier or from the website or from the internet, okay? We have this ecosystem in place. This is the figure that I borrowed from the assistant to the president in the IT. So we have built the system and then we have our MUREX portal or Peel over here already. And then right now we are working with many vendors to include some IP data or some public policy data so that it can help us to navigate from the technology readiness level. Okay, so I just want to show you how it looks on our generative AI, which is RAG, right? So right now, what you can see over here is agent, right? Right now we have about 30 agents, right? Each agent is responsible for each research process. Let's say these agents, they know everything very well about this research funder. This research agent, they know everything very well about Peel, something like that. So right now we have about 30 agents to really, be becoming like a call center, for our research offices. But in the future, let's say you can see, all right, we can ask everything, and then the AI will just go into our database, our data lake, which we have Peel data into our data lake as well. Okay, so now by implementing this, it's not easy as well. So I have to teach data owner. So these are actually, they are paper person before, right? Now we have PL, they become PL person, right? And now they have to, import the associate detail that relate to their work into the AI system, so that they don't have to answer the researcher every time. The researcher can just go in and type and ask for questions, ask for answers. Okay, so what it got ticks over here is we have finished pretty much all the grant type. Okay, researcher can come and ask for grant type, right? Right. For example, like for this, for about PL and data analytics tool, I'm the person who input the data in, so that the researcher can ask, where can I upload my profile pictures? Okay, why my profile pictures doesn't appear in PL portals? Because of they didn't select portrait, right? So you have to select portrait. So instead of doing manual for them, I do AI for them, so that they can ask in the AI. So right now, the fingerprints, actually, when I send the slide to the committee, it's not done yet, but right now it's done, thanks to the PL team. We extract fingerprints and then we deposit into our data lake as well. So in the future, we can ask for expertise in our AI as well, which the data is from PL. The funding call, right now, half of them is done. So I have successfully import Thai funding call into our AI. And then once our researcher, right, asks for the funding call, I would like to apply for funding. And the AI already knows that who you are, because they already know the fingerprints of yourself, right? They just assume that, hey, this might be the fit funding call for you, something like that. Okay, and we are also doing some research gap analysis, right? Negotiating with vendors, freedom to operate. Okay, this is super cool, because right now, the clue is Perplexity patents. They are just launched 4 days ago, and they can do freedom to operate analysis as well. Okay, I'll be quick, right? And right now, we have about 10 professors coming into the committees. We importing regulatory framework, ISO, FDA, EMA, so that we are creating AI for the regulatory framework as well. Let's say, for example, we have one project in PL, and then if this project want to go further, they have to pass so many steps about regulatory. This AI can tell this project that where they should go, something like that, okay? Assisted budget planning. So we have done this because each each funder have different criteria of budget, format. So we have our AI to help with that as well. So now I am working on the MOU and contract, right? I'm working with the API with the legal company who can API us some legal things as well. So basically, this is the final pictures I want to show you. Thankfully, we have MUREX portal, which is PL, as a backbone, and then we are building agentic AI on top of it. Thanks to Elsevier as well, who come to our university and to create this event. So this is to showcase that how can we do AI and data analysis for real-world impact. Okay, and this is our visions. We are moving towards AI-driven research. However, by working on AI, you need human lead, right? Your research expertise is here, AI is here, expert opinion is here. We encourage the researcher, do not trust AI even 60%. You have to really carefully looking at the result. Okay, so, and right now, we are halfway done, expertise almost done, IP, negotiating, national, international, regulatory, we are building it, okay? So these are all the ecosystems, and I hope that this might be the baby step for us to move forward. And of course, with the help from Elsevier, might really strengthen this type of initiative. Thank you.